What's up, guys? Chris Gabin here from SMB Media. I'm sitting here with Thom Bulman with Bull Airs. You guys might recognize him from season 9 of Ink Master, which you can see on Paramount Plus.
Plug.
What's going on, man? How you been?
Just hanging out, man, here at Retropalooza in Arlington, Texas. First time down in Texas in a long, long time, and it's freaking awesome down here. A huge geek and video game community.
Of course.
Just walking around, smelling all the retro and vintage stuff gets me high. And then just hanging out with cool people. It's nice to see that my Instagram advertising is working because everybody's like, "Oh, I saw your shoe ad," and I'm like, "Thank God you're working, Facebook. Thank you." So just having a good time, meeting some new people. I'm just geeking out.
Some people may know you from Ink Master, and some people may know you from Bull Airs. But what took you from Ink Master to making shoes?
Yeah, so like a lot of people, when COVID hit, I wasn't able to tattoo for the first time in 15 years, which. I mean, up to that point, I hadn't taken a week off from tattooing, so I was like, what the hell am I going to do, you know?
Right.
And at the same time, I had severe back problems, so I was kind of like, okay, maybe this is like, you know, the perfect time to transition from one career to the next.
For sure.
And I had a friend of mine, the shoe surgeon, that's from the same area that I'm from. He reached out and said, hey, you know, you should take my course. I think you do really well. And I was like, I've painted shoes. I've never made shoes. And then I took it, made a Wolverine pair. Everybody like lost their mind. I had such a fun time making those, and then it just kind of transitioned to, you know, I was only tattooing a few days a week, and then, you know, a couple weeks later I'm tattooing only 2 days a week, and then a month later I'm only tattooing 1 day a week, and then, you know, other than tattooing Donovan the other day, I haven't tattooed in a year and a half. You know, I'm basically retired, and I'm just doing this. And it's been amazing because I say, where at the time, age 41, can I switch an already successful career into an even more successful career? So I'm totally blessed because.
So
you know,
are you still into tattooing?
Oh, I mean, I love tattooing. I still have people that reach out to me and say, you know, hey, you're one of my favorite new school artists. You know, can you critique this? Can you give me some advice?
Okay.
So I still do like the mentoring stuff like that.
Right.
But other than tattooing Donovan the other day, I'm really just kind of taking a break from it, and which I think is nice because it's gonna, when I do, because I will eventually go back and tattoo again.
Right.
I'll have a nice fresh take on it. I'll be like reborn a little bit. You know what I mean? And yeah, I'm just really enjoying this part of my life right now. So.
Very well. So let's talk about Bull Airs.
Bull Airs.
Bull Airs here. Here's which one is this?
So this is actually a sneak peek. This is the Steve Levine TMNT NES arcade version. So this shoe is based on, if you don't know much about Steve's an amazing artist that worked with Mirage Studios. Those are the people that brought you the Ninja Turtles in their original form. Steve was the one that, when you see the cartoon of the Ninja Turtles, like 87 cartoon, Steve was really the one that designed those. Well, he did the box art for it, and I've known Steve for a couple years now, and he said, let's do a shoe. So basically it's all based on the actual shoe. It's got a Nintendo cartridge in there, it's got all the characters, it's got all, I don't have it on this right now, but it has like all the skateboards that are on the cover, and they're interchangeable. You can move the bricks anywhere you want. It's really fun. It's on our Shorthorn, so it's something completely our own, our original, and I think a lot of people are gonna like it. It's gonna come in this really cool box. It's gonna look like the NES box too, so it's fun. So this is coming out in November.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is there like a date on that? Or?
It's tentative right now. We're kind of just waiting to hear back from the guy that does the CGI artwork for us, because when he finishes that, we can start promoting it and kind of building it up. So I would say it's probably going to be right before Black Friday.
Okay.
Yeah.
So with the shoes that you have, okay, so you do individual, like
collector's commission.
Okay.
I do so many of those a year. Those ones it's really like it's just like a tattoo. You know, you hire me to make this shoe for you. It's a collaborative process. You show me like, oh, I like this, let's do this. I show a mock-up, kind of like a design drawing, you know, tattoo drawing.
Right,
you say, hey, change this, or I like that, and then, you know, it really is two people designing it, and then, you know, you're also paying for the exclusivity. You're the only one that's going to get that. Yeah, unless you're like, hey, I've had some people say like, these are amazing, you should sell these to others too.
Okay.
You know, Donovan. So people like that, you know, which are amazing because I'm so blessed that people like that are like, hey, other people want this. I'm not going to just support this for myself, which you're totally allowed to because you're paying for it. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, the collector's commissions, we only do so many of those a year, but those are still handmade by me, painted, you know, all that stuff like that. And then we have the we used to call them pop drops, but they're just like a drop, a mass drop shoe, like these, like the NES shoes, like the one-piece shoes that are on pre-order right now that ends. If this comes out on Wednesday or so, it'll be on Fridays when the pre-order of those ends.
Okay.
And then like the Ninja Turtle shoes, like the ones like that, they're around $350 when we sell those, and those are very limited, but they're still like a lot more than the water ones, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite part of making this? Like, is it the creative process? Is it working with people? I mean,
it's a little bit of everything. I think my favorite part is, you know, almost like when you get that tattoo client, they're like, just do your thing.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And they trust you enough, so like when they say, hey, I know you know the property, just do your thing, and I just go balls to the wall. I make my dream shoe, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then they go, that's exactly what I was thinking.
That's
Fuck
the one.
yeah. You know, and then when it comes back and you see it, like, you know, like a lot of the rubber stuff and like some of the patches, like, I have to send out for those to get made.
Right.
And when they come back and you see it like in a production style, you're like, this looks so good. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. And then my favorite part is like when you're, they call it lasting. So like the last part of the shoe, so this is the upper and this is the sole. You put this on. There's a inside this when you're putting everything on. There's it's like a mold of the shoe. It's called a last. So when you're done, the sole's on there. You put it on this little like pointed thing basically, and then you pop it down, and pop it out, and the whole shoe comes out as a whole. That's like liquid crack. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's so satisfying when it makes that popping noise and it comes off, and then it's a finished shoe.
There it is.
It's that's the part that's awesome in the actual shoemaking process.
We'll hit on what is your favorite shoe? You gotta have one that's.
It's like picking your favorite kid, which
Well, of course.
on,
Yeah.
at any particular day you can ask my wife. We can pick our favorite kid.
For sure.
I was just saying the other day, the Real Monsters are one of my favorites. I love just the way that those look. I love every little, you know, Krug's little eyes coming up, and I love the way that they'll sit on the feet. The Nintendo Blazers, just how clean they look, you know what I mean?
They are.
And the colors, like we really match the Pantones to the shoe. They're like dead on, you know what I mean? So it looks like you literally took a Nintendo and just merged it into a Blazer.
That box I saw earlier.
Yeah.
So it looks like
Yeah.
the console.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like, you know, an overall theme, you know what I mean?
Right.
From the shoe to the box, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I think those probably are my two favorite. I had a Ninja Turtle pair that I made for somebody that had like a ooze canister in the front.
Yep.
And that is probably one of my favorite Ninja Turtle ones, just because the ooze canister looks so good in the front.
Is it like on the shoe itself or on the lace?
Yeah, it was like, so this whole front here was like this metallic silver leather, and then there was parts of it that were like a green patent, so it looked like the ooze in it, and then it said TGRI on it.
Yeah, of course.
It looked awesome. I really liked the way that one came out.
Old school original.
But it's like every time I design a shoe, I go, oh man, this is my favorite. You know what I mean? Especially like with Ninja Turtles, like I'll design the next one, and I'll be like, oh, this is it. This is the hands down, and then I'm like. Then I'll do the next one. I'll be like, oh, this is it, man. So it's just funny.
Very well. So future-wise, what are we looking at next?
So we got a lot of cool stuff coming up. We went out to the global licensing convention in June in Vegas, and we got a crap ton of licensing. I mean, we went balls to the wall. So I mean, I haven't really announced it too much, but we have, you know, Smurfs, we have Ultraman, we have Biker Mice from Mars, Sectors, Cowboys of Moo Mesa, Madball, Care Bears, Puppet Master, Onyx the Fortuitous is an amazing new indie movie that's coming out in theaters, and like we got exclusive rights to them. We have Mark Patton, who played Jesse in Nightmare on Elm Street 2. We have a signature shoe coming out for him for Halloween that's going to be based after Nightmare on Elm Street 2. We have a new line coming out called Cult Icons, and they're basically going to be like the Mark one. We have the shirt that he wears in the movie. We have like a deluxe embroidered version of that. It's a cult icon. And then we have the hat that he wears. As it tears away, there's Freddy sweater underneath, and so that's part of it. So like we take a character and the actor from the movie, and we're kind of like representing it in like a clothing line. You know what I mean? So Mark is one of the first ones. We have some other people down the line that are really, really cool that I'm excited to tell everybody about. We just can't yet. So
Very well.
yeah, we got some, and then we have
Keep
like
under wraps?
and then we have toys coming out. We have we did that My Pet Monzie a while ago, and we're doing that in a factory now. So we're going to be doing a mass making that. We have a lot of really cool high-end collectibles coming out too. So and socks. You guys
And
wanted
socks.
socks. You guys wanted socks, so we have socks coming. So.
Are they going to be pretty customized as well?
Yeah, they're gonna.
I'm
Well,
assuming?
the socks are gonna be they're branded. So like the first ones we have coming out are the Toxic Crusaders because we have the Toxic Crusaders license. So we're gonna have those. So yeah. And then I think for every license that we have, we're gonna have one of our sneakerheads, our little homage to Madball. We're gonna have a Toxie. We're gonna have a Kill 'Em Off. We're gonna have a Puppet Master. Like there's gonna be a whole bunch of. We're having a mashup with a Madball and a sneakerhead. So it's actually going to be like an homage to the thing that's actually we're licensing. Yeah, so if you're on our Facebook, go to a Facebook group. It's Bull Air's Secret Sneaker Society. It's like a private group. You get in super fast. Basically, going there, you get a lot of exclusives. We do giveaways. We give away sample shoes that we never made. A lot of exclusive stuff that maybe people haven't seen yet. I'm constantly posting videos of me taking photos of the shoes behind the scenes before they're released and stuff like that. There too, you can also look out for Valera's Street Shark, and that's our membership team. So like you get a discount code and free T-shirt and some other stuff, flyers sent to you, and you can kind of be our street team. We're doing it like old school, like like when you're in a band, you need a street team. So we have a really cool community, cool people, and I'm just blessed to have everybody backing this and supporting us.
We'll see you guys next time.
Sick, brother. That was good.